Let's discuss the allegations with the man behind them, West Virginia's Attorney General John McCuskey. And Attorney General, good morning. Thank you for your time. Start with the basics. Timing. Why now? And what is it that ultimately you are trying to effect here and want Apple to do?
Yeah, so to start with, first, thank you for having me on. West Virginia has a child welfare crisis, and we have thousands of children who are in and out of foster care. And the data tells us that kids that come from homes where parents have substance use disorder or are in and out of foster care are the most likely to be the ones who are harmed in these child trafficking rings. And so West Virginia has an exigent problem, and this is a huge part of it. And we hear from our law enforcement partners all the time that when we're trying to find these child predators, the people who take these pictures, distribute these pictures, use these pictures to groom other children, that they have a very, very difficult time finding these images when the user, the pornographer, the child predator, is saving them in an iCloud. And so for us, I appreciate the fact that Apple is committed to user privacy, but that privacy ends when you decide to commit an egregious felony against a child. And so it is our contention that while Apple's privacy can be a very good thing for those of us who live in the real and legal world, it is the balance needs to tip in favor of finding these child predators and removing these images from the internet.
In 2021, Apple had put out a proprietary set of it's outlined, in the filings, CSAM detection tools, but ultimately, a year later, that they weren't put into effect. You talk about that. What's your assessment of that decision at the time?
Yeah, so I think the really salient point here is that in 2023, Meta and Google provided to law enforcement somewhere in the neighborhood of 35 million CSAM images, meaning they removed 35 million criminal pornographic images of children from their cloud. And at the same time period, Apple removed 236. So on one side, you have the entire market removing almost 40 million images and Apple's being less than 500. And so we know the images exist. We know they're on the Apple cloud. And it is our contention here that the safety of these vulnerable children who are being abused needs to come before Apple's commitment and marketing strategy to privacy.
JB, Apple alone, or are you looking at other large technology companies in the context of this issue? And just because we're short on time, any other attorneys general that would or didn't want to participate with you in this?
Yeah, so this is an issue that is being batted around in legal circles all over the country. West Virginia likes to go first. We like to be a leader. And so I believe that us taking this first step will very likely induce other attorney generals to follow. And sort of to your larger point, if we find other technology platforms that are intentionally harboring these kinds of images, a similar lawsuit will certainly follow. But Apple is the market player that is the most committed to ensuring that these images stay within their cloud.